Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is a reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. This reading covers the period from December 12th, when we have the full moon in Gemini, to December 10th, the full moon in Cancer. I do apologize, some of these readings are coming out a little bit late. I've been traveling and I'm now in the Caribbean, so I also want to apologize in advance for different noises and sounds. You might hear roosters. They are real live chickens and roosters running around, and motorcycles and that sort of thing, so some different noises for you guys. So just bear with me, but it's just, you know, life is different here. This Gemini full moon is also known as December's full cold moon, and it's going to highlight a ton of information that you didn't have before. And thanks to Mercury, which is the planet of communication, moving from guarded Scorpio to outgoing Sagittarius, you'll be more inclined to share those thoughts. Every Gemini full moon brings tidal waves of information and demands that our eyes be open, our minds be inquiring and receptive, and our ears be ready. This full moon magnifies internal and external dialogues and spreads messages far and wide. This full moon spread is going to provide you messages that you need to hear about how to not only manifest for your highest good, but also what you need to release and what might stand in your way, or what might be standing in your way. I'm going to pull 7 cards, and I read the bottom card for the overall energy, and then I'm going to end with some oracle cards for some final messages from Spirit for you guys. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This is a reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the full moon period from December 12th until January 10th, when we have our next full moon in Cancer. All right, Spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, and spirit guides, please tell Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs what they need to know for this full moon in Gemini reading. What does Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs need to know for this full moon in Gemini reading? All right, very good. Let's just make sure you guys... Okay. Your overall energy for this reading is the Sun card. That's beautiful. And usually it's Leo energy. And I also see, very interestingly, here we have the Sun, and then we have a new moon period. Okay, also I get a lot of fire energy, so to me it's really speaking to me about the Sagittarius period, from when the time the Sun entered Sagittarius and then until we have our next new moon in Capricorn might be very, very important to you. Okay, that specific time period. The Sun is all about optimism. It's all about creativity. It's all about standing in the sun. So things that were previously in the shadows, and again, this could be that information, all of these downloads and these messages that we're receiving during this Gemini period, you know, a lot of new things, a lot of new information coming to light. Okay. And again, the Sun is also all about children. It could have something to do with your children. It could also, to me, I'm seeing, like, look at the background here, mountains and water. Some of you might be taking a trip or some sort of vacation during this holiday season. If you are celebrating the holidays, that looks something very similar to this, okay? And nature, the importance of nature in this card, okay? So if you guys are feeling a little bit like you're not grounded, like you need to get back in touch with yourself. Maybe you need to decipher some of the messages that are coming into you during this very chatty and very tech-savvy Gemini period of the full moon, that you're going to have to maybe go back to nature. The 10 of Wands is underneath that, which is showing me that there's some sort of release of burdens. The King of Wands, wow, all fire energy here, you guys. So you might have a lot of fire in your chart. or you might be dealing with a lot of fire energies at this time. But the Ten of Wands is all about a release, and you might be releasing the King of Wands, which is kind of a player energy, somebody whose energy is a little bit scattered, somebody who maybe took on too many responsibilities. Okay, and it fits very well with the Ten of Wands because somebody's releasing all of those responsibilities, or somebody was just kept placing more and more and more responsibilities on you. All right, and the Two of Wands is all about sort of making that decision and being at a crossroads, but it really takes us back to being with that Ace of Wands, to, what is that spark? What is your passion? What is your fire? And we have the Three of Cups underneath that, which is all about celebration. And I do see a coupling there. And remember that the Sun can also represent, co-creation with your higher self, with spirit, or creativity with another person. Okay, Taurus, so let's go ahead and get into this reading. The first card is, where are you right now in your life? The Seven of Pentacles is a card about, it can be a little bit of frustration. Excuse me for the noises. The Seven of Pentacles represents, introspection, taking a look at what you've invested your time and your energy into, knowing that it also takes a long time, although I do see a lot of disappointment in this card. So I feel like somebody, you're really reevaluating, like, what have you spent your time on? What have you been doing? The people you've been investing in, the work, where your energy has been going. And I see that you're a little bit disappointed that things either weren't coming into fruition as you expected they would in the time period that you would. But do remember that divine timing is always at work. So if you're not seeing the results that you want to see, again, maybe it's time for you to step out into nature. Okay, maybe leave some of all like your technology behind and really sort of do some meditation, or just, ground your feet if you can put your feet in the water or in the sand or whatever, or walk in the woods or whatever you can do, even the desert, it doesn't matter, but get back to nature to really sort of take an overall sort of body scan of where you are, and if you want to continue on this path, because it's not a path where things are going of instant gratification. Okay, the next card out is the Emperor. So people see you as the king of all kings. People see you as very powerful, very mighty, very worthy of, the position that you're in. This is very Aries energy. So Taurus, this is lots of fire in your chart, or you're dealing with that, or you're exhibiting those qualities. But the Emperor, again, is the king of all kings. He's somebody who employs a lot of strategy in whatever he's going to do. He's somebody who plans. He's somebody who doesn't make rash decisions. And he also sets boundaries. So setting personal boundaries is something that people see you as doing well and with at ease. All right. So it's a very nice card because people see you as sort of a pillar of strength, and really deserving of being where you are and of all that you have, and that's royalty. All right. Taurus, what's blocking you here is we have justice. So again, this could be automatically, I'm getting some sort of karma. It could be some of the actions that happened in the past. You might not have had the best intentions in the past, and I feel like you feel like that, some sort of karma might be coming back to bite you, and that things just aren't quite fair. I also see like a difficulty in blending, opposites, because we have, your overall energy is the sun with the new moon, and then here we have the sun, and then we also have this full moon in Gemini. Is also going to bring your attention to the balance that's necessary in your life. So if something is out of balance, remember the Sagittarius period is a period of really cutting through any excesses, whether that's excess in eating, excess in drinking, overthinking, whatever it is. Maybe you guys are shopping too much, whatever it is, but some sort of lack of balance, some sort of inability to balance. I think also the light and the dark within, or your masculine with your feminine, is really something that's holding you back. So again, for some of you, walking in nature, stepping out into nature, spending more time with your maybe if you have pets, really tending to their needs, but also, at the same time, finding a way to ground yourself, to bring yourself back into balance is going to be really important for you to manifest what's for your highest good at this time. Now, what you need to do to overcome obstacles is the Princess of Swords. This is very, very direct communication. This is very truthful communication. This is saying what you want. This is having your heart and your mind and your speech really aligned. For some of you, or those of you who do energy work, it's going to be really important that you work on your throat chakra. It's funny because I just keep thinking, before I started this reading, I really kept getting information about my throat chakra being really important, and here it comes out. The Princess of Swords is also spying. This is social media. It makes sense. This Gemini energy is very tech savvy. Messages coming in really quickly through maybe Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is you use. Whatever poison you have chosen, and I say that like lovingly and laughingly. But this is also like getting the big picture and the importance of seeing the big picture, and then also speaking your intentions out loud. Okay, so overcoming your obstacles and bringing yourself into balance is also, if you guys believe in angels, your spirit guides, if you speak with your ancestors or your loved ones who have passed, the importance of really connecting with them, writing down your intentions, speaking them out loud so they can begin to do the behind the scenes work that's necessary to help you manifest your dreams and your desires, and also to help you unpack all of the downloads that you guys are going to be getting at this time. Okay, what you can do within to achieve your goals, the Four of Swords. Again, this is awesome because this is meditation. This is exactly what I was talking about, what I was seeing in the Sun card, getting in touch with nature. You can see these four guys, they're taking a rest. And they've got, and it's, again, some of you might be going to the beach, some of you might live near the desert, but they've been working really hard. You've been on a long, hard journey. And, now is the time to take a rest and just sort of check in with yourself, see where you are. Okay, also, if you guys journal and write things down, like look back if you work with, the moon magic, because as you know, I do readings for the new moon, which is a time for setting your intention. And the full moon is when, you manifest those intentions, or you release the things that no longer serve you so that you can manifest your highest intentions. And this Four of Swords is like, do that internal body scan, figure out where you are, what you need at this time, the importance of rest. Again, bringing yourself into balance. I'm not seeing the Temperance card yet, but I'm seeing the Temperance card in my mind's eye, which is the Sagittarius card, the importance of really curbing, the foods that you're eating. If you're consuming sugary, carbonated, alcoholic beverages, what kinds of foods are you eating? Are you eating a ton of processed foods? How is that affecting you as well? Okay. What you can learn from the outside world or from others, this is the Five of Pentacles. Wow, the Five of Pentacles in this deck is really interesting because the Five of Pentacles is often my card of sadness, of disappointment. I think, here people do see you as persevering, as being very strong, but with the Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles in the positions, I'm seeing that, you're on a long, hard journey. And the Sun card is telling me, you have to be optimistic because overall you're going through a process that isn't about instant gratification, but where you're going to be releasing some of the responsibilities or some of the things you might have gotten yourself into, Taurus, that aren't serving your highest good. The Five of Pentacles is like from the outside world that not everything is always easy. You may sort of get, this information here that sometimes life stings. But remember, we always are being guided. This is a divine journey. But, our angels, our spirit guides, even other people, they can't save us. Okay, and we are the masters of our own destiny. So the decisions that we make take us to where we are. We have free will, okay? And sometimes you might think like, well, why am I being led down this path? That's very painful, that's disappointing, that's sad, that's difficult, because it's also so you can learn some lessons, and they're very unique lessons and unique information that you're getting from the path that you've chosen. Okay, Taurus, now the projected outcome is the Two of Swords. This is really nice because here we have that full moon, which is most likely that full moon in Cancer. So in this whole period, you're going to actually make a decision. The full moon, again, she's outside. She's with her animals. Look, I see somebody here with their, beloved cat. I love that because I know someone out there, some of my Taurians out there, you guys definitely have animals that are near and dear to your heart. But this is you coming to, being able to see very clearly when the moon is full. It's almost like it could be daylight out depending on where you are, if there's not a lot of light pollution. but it's you being able to see clearly the path that you're on, the path that you've chosen, and what you need to do next. And I love in this card, she's not wearing a blindfold. Okay, Taurus? So as you guys know, I'm in the Caribbean. This card just went flying. So I love, you're going to see me using the Mermaid Oracle much more consistently in my daily readings and my other readings. So let's go ahead and see what other messages you have for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this full moon in Gemini reading. Additional messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this full moon in Gemini reading. Wow, okay, interesting. So we have the mirror, know thyself, self-examination, seeing who you really are. Look at how that's coming out. How many times have I said that? I said that with the Sun card. We're seeing that with the Four of Swords. We're seeing that with this Justice and this Balance card. You know, the importance of seeing yourself for who you really are. For some of you, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but you may have sort of had this mentality that life is happening to me rather than I create my own life. And it will be really important that you look at how far you've come, okay, where you've come from, where you are now, what's working for you, what's not working for you, eliminating the excess. Okay, see who you really are. With the Two of Swords, we see this full moon illuminating your path and then illuminating your being. Now, here we have a drift coming out. I don't know if you guys can see that clearly. Letting go, allowing a higher force to take charge for a time. Again, this is the importance of meditating, pulling back. Some of you might have been trying to micromanage, okay, the outcome or trying to force your destiny. And that could be really creating a block for you in manifesting your highest good. So set your intentions, write them down, speak them out loud. It's a great time during the full moon period or the 3 days before or 3 days after, okay, to really set those intentions and release what's no longer serving you. And this Adrift card is saying that's so important, you guys. Okay, so additional messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the full moon in Gemini. Okay, we have appreciation. I love that. 1 and 5 is 6. All right, so 6 is the card of Venus, or the number of Venus and of love. And then 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel, here we go, coming out right on top of the Princess of Swords. We have, you know, your throat chakra, speaking your truth. This is being honest to people in your surroundings, but this is also being honest with yourself. Seeing who you really are, seeing what you actually need, seeing what you need to release. You may need to let go of a relationship that no longer serves you or is too toxic or is putting you in a bad place. Okay, you need to be appreciative and thankful for everything that you have, all of the experiences you've had, even if they're good or bad. Okay, because remember, they're all making you who you are. They've all brought you to this place. Be appreciative. Gratitude is one of the best things, especially for those of you working with the law of attraction. You know, being grateful for what you have, okay, and the people in your life, etc. This card just wanted to come out. We have another 6th card coming out. Love, okay, the importance of love. Taurus, this is a lot of self-love. Be appreciative of the people that you love. If some of you are leaving relationships at this time, it's important to speak the truth. Be truthful with yourself. Be truthful. You know, this is why, you know, maybe I need to go spend some time by myself. Maybe it's not a separation. Maybe it's just momentary, where you need to go off into the woods, or you need to go up to the mountains, or whatever it is, wherever you find peace, or you know, whatever you can do for, you know, turning off all of that social media and really focusing on your self-love. And then also, I mean, love is all around you, and your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, your loved ones who have passed. That's this message that's coming through, is that you are loved, you are protected. Okay, but you do have free will, and you are where you are because of the decisions that you've made. So try to appreciate the good and the bad. Remember, the positive cannot exist without the negative, okay? And the journey here with the 5 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles is not an easy one. It's not something where there's instant gratification, but as long as you continue to stand in your truth, you align your heart, your soul, your mind, and your actions, you know, then you will be able to manifest everything that you want. I just want to notice that, you know, again, this 5th Archangel Gabriel is holding this trumpet. He's not quite blowing it yet. When you hear that call, you will know, like, you need Taurus to really get in, meditate, pull back, sort of release control and see where it is you're going to go next. And that's not an answer that's going to come to you this second, okay? This is a very powerful reading, Taurus. I love you guys so much. Please give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment and share if and only if that's something that you like to do. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you guys can get any of my uploads. And remember that I love you, and I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful, beautiful full moon in Taurus, period.